and Dawnbreaker, you have to counter that team fight that's there on AVULUS. But in my mind, I think AVULUS have the solutions for this break from the Hoodwink onto the DK. You have somebody that's going to step up as well and like kind of tank the spell so the Dawnbreaker and the Phoenix actually have some use. So I'm slightly leaning AVULUS. What about you?
Yeah, me too. Strategy-wise, at least AVULUS. I think BetBoom, though, I would have to give them a slight favor in terms of skill. Not as a team, like more so on the individual side. Definitely, though, the strategy for AVULUS. I think everything just makes so much sense, right? You have so many buttons to press whenever something goes wrong or when you initiate. So much stuff you can throw, and then I also don't see a proper egg killer for BB. I mean, you have the Shadow Fiend, sure, but standing in a fight, killing an egg as an SF, it's not the best way to do it, right? It's gonna be your half your BKB
right.
for most of the game. It's not a hero that buys an overwhelming amount of attack speed or anything.
Yeah, no, but he could actually level up his Feast of Souls that absolutely no SF has actually put points into.
It's like the banned spell.
Nobody has ever skilled it up. I don't think we're gonna see it here. We think about heroes that like give up a lot for the egg. Like even Ursa is one where it's a little bit suspect because you're using like all your overpower stacks and you'd rather use those on heroes. SF feels so much worse about that because it's not like he's even getting anything that amps his attack speed for a few seconds, at least not at the cost of his souls. And if he were to do that, he would literally be losing souls, and I don't think he gets them back as well, especially if he doesn't get the hit on the egg. So, yeah, no. A lot of weird stuff for this one. Maybe, again, with some sort of drinking buddies getaway. Or does he even have drinking buddies? No, he went tag team, so they don't have the greatest kite.
Yeah, it's definitely more of the aggressive route here for Tusk, which kind of makes sense in this lane. I mean, Tusk is so strong.
And Zibe is basically going to be throwing, like, safety hammers. Toss a hammer back, then start hitting the wave. And
the nice thing for AVULUS on the top lane, though, is that they do have stun. So anytime, as we saw here, Tusk presses his tag team, you stun him, and then that's hopefully the end of the story for you.
Yeah, those micro timings in the lane definitely matter a lot. This is probably one of the more obvious ones where it's just like, that's the only thing you're really using it for. It's not like the SF has something that can really like slow you down and get on top of you with. So as a line, you're just waiting for it. I almost wonder, I wonder if they can combo, but now Eki, having used his stun first, try to get something done on Pure, it means it leaves him really open for those tag team hits. Thankfully was able to back out in time. I feel like at some point they're able to cast their spells together at like level 3, and then Don might actually be able to get a kill on one of these guys.
Yeah. Pure definitely needs to be careful. He needs to get his HP up, but he needs to get a boost of speed really fast.
Well, when you say things like that, it makes me feel like we should be going to Falcon Blade or something, but...
Oh.
I don't know. Feels like a big investment. He did just go, like, he didn't start with any other stat items other than the branches, so he could angle into it if he wanted to. But again, on SF, I've seen a lot more of Tread's Null as of late.
Yeah, Tread's Null, Mask of Madness into Dragonlance seems to be just the optimized build around nowadays.
So far, though, things are going pretty decent all around. This Monkey King lane in the mid lane is already starting to get a little bit favored for him, but once you hit level 3 and the Jingu is pretty good. Do you think he even goes 3 points in Jingu in this lane?
Yeah, potentially. I think you definitely want, as the mid monkey, generally you want at least 3 in the Jingu, right? If not maxed. I think it just feels so much nicer than stun.
You don't really go for the W anymore like max. You get a value point in it for sure. But
there was a period when if you had a bad game, you maxed it and you just split push, but I think those days are pretty gone.
Having a bad lane on Monkey King.
Yeah, exactly. That's where the fear. That's where you knew.
Looks like a little bit of a fight for the Lotuses as well. There's 2 stuns here, but it looks like only one needed.
Doing really good for himself on Mira, already having a null in the bracer.
Oh wow, he went for the... So we don't see a ton of double stat anymore. It feels like we're rubber banding where like we're seeing how good these stat items are going up, and then we just like crash the whole way down. Okay, nobody's buying stat items anymore. So it felt like we were in the middle of that rubber band where sometimes you would even skip stat items if you wanted to. But man, A null instead of the double bracer is surprising. Offlaners have gone for a lot of the double braces in these times. And now Pure getting gone on here. He has the swing of the hammer from Zibe, and they will get themselves first blood on Pure. This was the super aggressive.
They're gonna go for Karomi as well.
There's a whole wave under this tower. This is a disaster. Not only are they going to lose a lot of this wave, but Karaomi could also go down. He does. It's a double kill up here for AVULUS. But the wave did go back behind the tower, so Pure, not the worst thing in the world for him.
Yeah, a bit of an outplay there, I have to say, for AVULUS. Karomi expecting Stibe to throw the Starbreaker off right away, but he doesn't. And then, you know, then Karomi, he just doesn't have the snowball anymore, and that's the end of Pure. And Soneko is here. They're gonna go for Pure again, looks like.
Oh, what's even worse than killing the carry once? Killing the carry twice in a row after TP. They forced out so many TPs. This was just an outpost run from the Phoenix. Forces out another support TP over, and now Zibe, just by himself, he's fine, but somebody is not fine. Stormer, a little bit in danger here. Soneko, I don't think he has the spirits just yet. Didn't have the mana for them.
Yeah, even so, he's still level 2. They're not the scary spell. Actually, Eki dying there towards the end is not the biggest deal for AVULUS, seeing as he now gets the refill, and that's also a double support rotation for our... Oh, we got no Vortex though.
No Jingu stacks
they got
either,
him.
and they do. Eki picks up the kill, so a little bit of revenge here. It does leave the Dragon Knight alone, but he doesn't mind. Topside Zibe somehow doesn't mind. I thought that he would. There was 3 heroes up here not so long ago, and they are chasing him down, but look at how much spaces he's making. AVULUS feeling really comfortable right now.
Yeah, the boots are really helping him out here. I mean, he's not loving life, but overall, you know, Eki dies. That leads to a kill on the mid lane. Now Save is stuck up here. It means Miro is also not pressuring bottom. Not that he minds so much, but overall, things are a pretty good turn of events for AVULUS.
Oh, yeah.
And I think this next rune is going to be important. Stormer, looks like he will be late for it, since he's already... He had to do the Walk of Shame after that kill, so now those 6 as well. In trouble as well.
Oh, 1 raise, 2 raise. I don't know if he's going to get a 3rd here. Looks like he is under the tower, but they still can just keep diving. Karaomi looking for revenge after dying so early, and it looks like with the swipe through from the bird,
another hammer.
Soneko, he has a lot of damage, yeah, and then the hammer already getting thrown down creates a line that's Save, and Karaomi can't really cross.
Oh, Eki
but now Pierre just sitting behind the tower. Oh, he did. Oh, wow.
Kiyotaka also looking over.
Ah, that's why.
But they've invested a lot in the top line wonders. They're still going to stick around for the Wisdom Rune or not.
Well, it looks like they are staying around. I mean, with only 30 seconds left, it's not the worst in the world, especially with the tower already getting pushed in here. They're going to wrap behind. Might force out a TP from someone, but Storm doesn't have a TP. DK has one. I don't think he's going to TP, but here comes Stormer already, zipping in as far as he can. Karaomi, with no other way to save himself, tries to throw out the shards, doesn't get it. Soneko bodies everybody else out from the rune, and AVULUS, again, as we said, a lot invested for these sort of moves, but they do secure the Wisdom Rune.
For sure. I mean, it's like, you know, 3 versus 3 top for the last 4 minutes, feels like, and when this happens to supports, they're gonna have a pretty slow game in terms of XP.
Really bad. If you get the kills, the gold feels good as a support, but 4-3, you could have gotten that in your own lanes at this point in the game. It's not like a kill-happy game right now.
Yeah, and the upside, of course, is for the solo laners. Malinite and Miro, they're gonna have high XP as a result. So on one end, I mean, both of these heroes are probably just gonna be farming regardless. So it's not like it changes the game drastically, but it might be meaningful later on once you get a level 12 really fast on the tanking, for example.
I thought it would be really good for this tanking, but Smiley Knight's kind of owning. I know the Dragon Knight has a lot of HP, and Miro, he's got 3 points in the Sandstorm. He blows creeps up. I'm astonished that he's not at a higher net worth.
Yeah, I think not, you know, having a support designated to stack for you is definitely crucial, right? Because tanking is not a hero that pressures DK. To be fair, not a lot of heroes can pressure DK on the lane, but what tanking wants, he wants a lot of XP and then he wants a lot of stacks, right? This is how he plays Dota. And seeing as this 3 versus 3 has been happening top, he only has the 1 stack right now going on. So just 1 stack each on each camp.
trying to lock into Stormstormer. They're still trying as well.
Oh,
he
the
has a
shard.
shield rune on Kiyotaka, which means that he's basically jumping all the time. Doesn't matter how much damage he takes.
Has he gone too far though? It's completely.
I don't know. He's still got Jingu stacks, but he doesn't have a stun. It seems that's the difference.
He hasn't really gotten the snowball he was looking for with his monkey pick, I feel like. Currently sitting pretty much tied with Stormstormer and debates.
Yeah, it's been pretty even right now. I wish the Nico had a lot more gold.
Yeah.
We definitely... Phoenix is just a hero. I know that, like, he used to be in Pause 4 for the most part. Then people were like, hey, you know, Supernova was good enough. And started playing in Pause 5 instead. There's just so many good items in this game. A very good Spirit Vessel game, honestly, for the bird. I don't think he's going to get to afford that anymore. Yules feels okay, especially playing into a Stand King and mitigating some of that burst. Same with the SF. I don't know. There's a lot of, like, acceptable things, but I suppose he doesn't have one item he needs to play the game.
Yeah, I think the one item you always need is the shard, pretty much. And then apart from that, like you say, there's so many options. You can go for Solar, you can go Vestal, you can go Yules. I'm quite a fan of Solar with the Storm and the DK. Just attack speed is so valuable for these heroes, so...
2 physical damage dealing cores as well, the Monkey and the SF, so...
Yep.
A barrier, very value. It looks like again, we're just kind of going after the stacks right now. Stormstormer wanted to go get the stacks, instead accidentally runs through Miero. Gotta be careful. If you're sitting in that stack when it blows up, you'll pop.
Yeah, even with Donald, they weren't really confident to go for the Stand King, seeing as he has that Bracer build and also holding the greater healing notice.
It was, I wonder, we didn't even like see it, I think, but the Dawnbreaker ult, they probably saw all the stacks and then they were like,
oh right, that makes sense.
We should go see
that. I keep forgetting that.
I know, I'll never, like, we will be at the next tournament and we'll play it again and like, oh, did you know that's his innate? Like, it'll take a while.
By that logic, shouldn't you be smoking like 10 seconds before it every time, you know?
Probably, yeah. I think both teams have an incentive to smoke because then, like, you either get to make the move right away on the Dawn's team or they don't know where you are. So.
AVULUS and Stormstormer, they're really trying to make use of this Dawn ulti. They haven't gotten the chance yet, but this means for Stormstormer, when you don't get any moves going, it's like you sacrifice a lot of farm and yeah, his net worth is slowing him down as a result, or he's behind the other cores rather.
Yeah, no, Stormer's a killer. Really wants that sort of advantage. Thankfully, this is the DK, right? DK is farming, so for AVULUS, it's like we take these. He's got the armlet build going. He's actually going for a quick blink, maybe. I think that his build as Smiley Knight, as long as he's thick, it feels good. But there's not a whole lot of other jump for the Storm Spirit other than, you know, a heavy commit from the Dawnbreaker. So until these other blinks come out, maybe Stormstormer doesn't really feel comfortable jumping in on his own.
Yeah, probably not. Let's see if he gets a rune here though. Nope. Miero wisely going over and stealing it, but they're doing a lot of damage on this mid tower. And right now you don't have the best punish for the Storm. Like, there's no Athos just yet, and obviously no blink from Miero. He's gonna be getting his bloodstone first.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a ton for the Storm unless they get a few stuns, but he is out. And at the same time, I don't think they have a ton for this Phoenix either. It feels like both these heroes largely uncontested. We just gotta get some bodies around them so they can take these towers. I'd almost like to see them bring over the DK with his ulti and try to take a tower, but I guess in Smiley Knight's mind, like, if he's farming well, you know, why change a good thing?
Yeah, it's okay. He does buy the blink now, so they could actually smoke him up and go for a quick kill and then get the tower like that.
I'm certain he wants to. No way that you're a carry building blink at 12 minutes to farm on it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you always want to make the use of the time instead of having build.
Cool.
Under attack.
A little bit of a double zip there from Stormer. His mana is feeling a little bit low when he does these things, but thankfully he does have a line behind him to help him out.
Yeah, super nice. Still only the level 1 in the mana drain, but yeah, here we go. Still needs to pick up the blink.
On the ward?
Goes for the TP.
Oh no, they did not. Unless, I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world. It is a kill for Smiling Knight, so he's still happy, but I'm sure for everybody else, he would have wanted to take down a core that was, you know, kind of farming as they are right now.
Yeah. Not even sure they're gonna get this tower for free. Depends if Miro wants to show up or not. He's really close to his Bloodstone. As I just say that, he's sending it out right now.
Yeah. A lot of big timings coming up here. Neither team with a huge net worth advantage, but those discrete timings in the Bloodstone, I feel like that hits a little bit harder than the Blink Daggers.
It does for sure. I mean, for AVULUS, it's not like you have bad damage, but it's not overwhelming. Like, if Sanking gets to cast everything or gets a snowball save, he might completely pop.
Oh, speaking of casting everything here, they do have the Donald here playing under the Phoenix Egg as well. Finger of Death connects. They take down Kiyotaka. He's not allowed to press all of his buttons. He finally gets off. The Sandstorm keeps pump faking the ulti, looking for a good opportunity to actually get it out. But Pure is now joined, and with no Monkey King in the mix, it feels like AVULUS could take this, but they've used Egg and they've used Donald. Not a whole lot left.
That was so clutch. Like the save on the Storm, first of all. Okay, so we get a pause. So they save Storm first of all here with the Donald too. And then, you know, he's sitting at 200 HP, but he's not done here. He knows that Egg is gonna pop on all of them after this 3-man Earth Spike from Mickey, and that's how they get the kill on the Monkey, and they don't lose anyone as a result. At the same time, Smiley Knight is taking top tower, so that's gotta feel really bad for BetBoom.
Oh, he did. Oh, that's insane. Yeah, they've gotten a lot of net worth out of that. And yeah, Stormer, a little bit of a madman for jumping back in on that one. If he doesn't do it, they don't get the kill on the Monkey. And in fact, Monkey might turn around under the Egg anyways. But yeah, a really nice job knowing your limits there on the Storm Spirit.
Ah, for sure. Not really well done. I mean, he's still... he's the least farm core, but he's playing like he's got confidence regardless. And this is what we've been praising him for in this tournament, so...
Sector. Well, yeah, no. It looks like the FPS is fixed now, so
FPS door.
this is I wonder, so this SF, like, kind of farming up a Storm still himself, really keeping up, but it feels like it's a hard game as an SF to just sit and click in this one, especially without BKB.
Yeah, for sure you're gonna need the BKB to do it, and also, I think, like you put it, going to towers or Roshan just straight up, he's gonna have to be really farm to feel comfortable doing that. And if that's not the case, you're gonna rely on your other cores to, you know, get the job done in terms of initiation. And we saw Kiyotaka, he decided to go for the Maelstrom, which is, you know, the scaling option.
Yeah.
But that means no BKB for him for a while. The Gleipnir is nice, sure, but a bit of a slower build than some others.
Uh-oh. They are going in on the Dawnbreaker here. Doesn't have the ulti, doesn't matter. They just kill her off instantly. Once they get some of these ancient camps, and they'll get a good bit. Thankfully, Dawn did manage to take out the whole hard camp stack, so didn't lose everything, but a really nice ward there from BetBoom and a great smoke. Pick off some of those stacks.
Yeah, really well done. Utilizing what they have. Knowing that AVULUS doesn't have their cooldowns ready just yet, they know that there's probably not going to be a response to this, and they just get a blink kill on Sib and a bunch of stacks.
That's the one way that you want to play versus the Dawnbreaker. Anytime you find her on a ward, it's a very worthwhile jump.
Yeah. And it's kind of a theory when you're playing against these global heroes like Prophet, Dawnbreaker, Spectre. If you attack that guy, it's super likely that he's going to be alone compared to you're attacking his team, and then he's always going to be next.
Scanning.
Yeah. In pubs, like, you're usually able to play a little bit farther as well, but in like this team environment, especially with elimination on the line, you got to be really careful as a Dawnbreaker because you are enemy #1 right now to BB.
Pure dodging the gank very nicely here, taking a super safe path.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, you have to think what is the timing gonna be for these teams. Daybase going for the Orchid once more. Obviously, Storm are gonna build the shard, so.
Yeah, I mean, as of now, Smiling Knight used his blink timing for one kill on a Tuscan and was like, that's good enough.
Yeah, I'm happy with
next.
it. I mean, it's not like he's slowed down that much. He's still gonna have this BKB in the next 2 or 3 minutes.
It's true. Still pretty good for him. I almost wish that there was maybe like a little bit more like, hey, we're not gonna do anything, you know, let's get this BKB expedited, you know, especially since he is the hero that's more, I don't know, you're gonna set him in front of these smokes whenever you're doing something because he's the one that can get initiated on.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you put the DK in front, whether that's tanking or initiating, and you give him a stun ray, you give him the Guardian, the Solar Guardian. He's gonna feel good.
Radiant's middle
I'm a little surprised. It feels like the map has kind of flipped down the center diagonally. Like all of BetBoom is farming the Radiant Triangle and then their jungle, but on the other side, AVULUS have yet to get into the jungle here or into the triangle. They're just now kind of sussing it out.
Yeah.
Radiant's
And look at the
middle
vision as well.
tower is under
BetBoom has
attack.
gotten some really nice deep wards, and they got a Sanking Dagger as well now, so they're gonna look to play. Yeah, as Pablo is highlighting here, they're controlling pretty much the entirety of mid lane and also the enemy triangle.
They're just so far over right now. With that Blink Dagger on Sand King, this is a big timing. Big timing for BB.
It is, and if Stormstormer wants to try for this bottom rune, he's gonna be in a lot of trouble.
Gotta zip like the whole way through it or something. Be really hard.
Yeah, but it's still, whenever you're still on the level 1 ulti as Storm, it's so hard to dodge spells. It's just the cast time improvement when you level it up is everything.
The cast time improvement when you level up your ulti.
I mean, the speed that you're traveling, it's so much easier to dodge spells, that's what I mean.
Oh, okay. I was like, man, I don't play Storm. I don't know a lot about him. I must miss like some crazy things about this ult. But yeah, the speed definitely matters.
Yeah, it does, it does. They actually chose not to go for it. I wonder what the read is actually for BetBoom.
That they knew. They were psychic and they knew that the room was actually going to be top, so there's no use going here anyways.
So far, pretty slow game. I mean...
yeah, I feel like we've seen some knockdown dragouts in our other games, but this one, again, with elimination on the line, do you feel that actually as a player where it's like, you're a little bit hesitant to make these moves if you're comfortable with where the game is sitting at now?
I mean, for sure, yes. Like that's something that comes with experience, right? You play these games many times. You know what it feels like winning and losing, and at some point you get, I don't want to say numb because that's not how it is, but you just get used to it, right? And I think that everybody probably feels it to some extent, but the best players are the ones that it doesn't let them affect their judgment, right?
If it's the right move, it's the right move. It doesn't matter if you're scared or not. And this one, these moves feel nice. You have vision all around the map, and there's a single objective that will tangibly give you something if you're able to take it. And right now, they've got the damage, they've got the position. There's no way that AVULUS can get in here first. They know Roshan just got taken.
Yep.
And this is something that BetBoom may be feeling a little bit more comfortable under the pressure, that they're still making the moves when they need to make it, and just a step ahead of AVULUS right now.
Look at BetBoom though. They know that AVULUS are, you know, they're setting up to play here because they're not touching the mid wave, they're not touching the bottom wave. So they're holding tight and knowing that if AVULUS gets the right jump, that can still be troublesome for them.
At worst, they were top, right? And maybe they weren't going after you, but like with that bottom wave the whole way in, and as you said, nobody showing on a mid wave that looks like some good farm, they have to be top, at least somewhere.
Yeah. So very nicely done, avoiding that attempt from AVULUS, and now they're gonna be in the lead. I feel like it's time to at least go for the mid tower if you're BetBoom. Like Stormstormer, he doesn't have a BKB for quite a while, so this is a big timing for BetBoom. It's just they need to make sure that they score each other, get out on the map in a proper manner.
Is this your answer to everything that you see in the team fight right now from AVULUS? Because they still got the egg, still have the Dawnbreaker on, which we're saying maybe not as much of an answer right now from BB. Does Aegis overcome all that?
I think it does, yes. I mean, Pure, he's gonna be able to hit these towers, right? Having an Aegis, you're at a point in the game where, like, if you use your spells on this Aegis guy, that's not gonna be enough for you to win a fight, even if you get him.
Well, what if we cast some of the other spells on him? Because he just dies, and I feel a big setup. Here comes the egg already, going on the Storm. He actually explodes, but the Dawn ult lands in. Without Stormstormer, without the rest of this damage, you're sitting in a Wukong, you're sitting in a Sandstorm. I don't know if you have the beat for this one in AVULUS. They are forced back. It was a buyback from Stormstormer. He wants in to get more, but he's already lost a friend. He's gonna lose another one on the bird. This is just a disastrous fight from AVULUS, and the cherry on top is that buyback on Storm.
Yeah, I mean, it's the cool attempt, right? To try to get the burst on the SF, but BetBoom, they're so ready for it. You can see that patience is paying off in this moment. They're all just sitting tight, being ready. Oh.
Woo! A big jump away, but still, the rest of the team is around. They kill Smiling Knight as well, and they are just getting everything right now. The power play from BetBoom, quite good.
This is such a crucial moment. Like, you used everything for AVULUS, so that means now pure. He doesn't have an Aegis or a Speaky, but what are they gonna do with him realistically, right? You can just take all these tier 2s and you're gonna see the fighter once again.
You just can't get bursted to Storm here. It's unfortunate because there's nothing he can do. As soon as the first stun landed, he was toast, but that is so disastrous for your game.
I mean, it's not like the execution was off or anything. It's just the decision. It's too much to ask for doing this.
Yep.
So you gotta... Yeah. Now Stormer, he's so far away from his PKB, and that's gonna be a problem because BetBoom, they got control of the map. I think the waves and the neutrals you're gonna find on Storm is... I mean, it's not gonna be easy.
He's gonna try to get a Tormentor, yeah. I mean, Shard for the Phoenix is obviously really nice. It amps up that damage and the save. Hey, maybe Storm lives there if Phoenix has a Shard.
It's possible. I think as well it's gonna help with the damage department a lot. You know, getting the double thunder instead of one. That's definitely gonna help in bringing down his tanking, especially.
No, for sure. So maybe a bit of a different fight coming in here. We'll have some level 12s. We'll have the Shard on the Phoenix. Definitely good things, but the start of that fight is probably one of the best setups you can ask for. SF just dies. None of his team is really around. You're able to set up with the egg right on top of him. Like, those are the fights that you asked for, as you said, with the Aegis.
But they need to think about
There's no Aegis this time, so this could be the move.
Oh, he missed the snowball.
Not able to get in. He wasn't close enough here, and now the Sunray with the Shard, it's more than enough damage. They'll get the dime back on Stormstormer, but still taking down Pure. It was their goal. How much more can you get here? Because
can they get him?
In the finger,
wow,
it was way too much damage again. Right now, AVULUS, they're battling back through the adversity. They've taken a few rough fights. They lost the dieback on Storm, but they don't care. You know, they got their man.
Wow, that is so brave, honestly, not gonna lie. Yeah, we're gonna see it here. Kataomi, he tries for the snowball, but he's just barely out of range. I mean, they lose Stormstormer.
Like waiting on the BKB there from the SF, just like assuming that the snowball save was gonna come in.
Yeah. And you see Miro tanking the tower here. It's actually taking so much damage. I guess the Vessel and the Phoenix really paying off at this moment.
Radiant scanning.
The Vessel and that Shard, man. There was so much damage done by the bird.
Yeah. Now he gets a gem as well for Soneko. So this is an opportunity to get some breathing room. You know, you really have... There's not that many wards on the side of on the Radiant side of the map for BetBoom, but just making sure with the gem is always nice. Now Stormstormer, he's gonna have some time to farm his PKB because he's really gonna need it for his next Roche fight.
Yes. Oh my goodness, we need it so badly. And thankfully, like, the Roche did get used almost immediately. So they haven't actually been enduring this, like, Aegis timing for a long time after that, like, catastrophe of a fight that they took first. So now they have plenty of time to just, like, kind of play the map even. 6,000 net worth lead, so farm's still going the way of BetBoom right now. But a lot of time to get that BKB up next.
For sure, for sure. I mean, he's still not having the best game on Stormstormer, but as we know, Kaya Shard is all they need to kill the support.
It's true.
Yeah.
They're gonna smoke up here. Could find him.
You can really tell that their game plan is heavily revolved around playing S5 on BetBoom. Or at least, you know, in this moment they don't have the monkey present, but he has the gate to play around. They understand that if they don't get, you know, baited around the map, playing into this Dawnbreaker Storm Lion, it doesn't matter if they get slightly out-farmed for a couple minutes here and there. As long as they keep their formation intact, they feel stronger, you know? Every fight that has been executed properly for them, it's been decisive so far, so...
Gotta do the flying V at Dragon Knight, and then everybody else behind him.
Yeah.
Hope that he has enough. Because you can see here, like, whenever Stormstormer gets jumped on first, like, that's exactly what BetBoom were looking for. They're not really as keen to try to jump on to Smiling Knight first.
For sure.
And he's gonna get the AC next. That's gonna be something huge for him. I love just, like, going for this, like, tank up build. Just be the guy that can start up.
So much damage. Oh, they're thinking about going on Pure, but you don't have any information. Actually, I guess you have a really good top ward. You saw a lot of the BetBoom players just walking past it. Ah, not ready for it though.
No. Didn't really have the people around just yet.
No.
Hey, when you talk about the damage, I feel like at this point we'd be seeing from most Dragon Knights, seeing more like an S and Y and then maybe like a crit stick. So this is like a different form into the minus armor of damage. That's a little bit hard going into the Wukongs, right? Because you're never killing the monkey in this Wukong command, even with a little bit of minus armor. He gets like, what, 15, 25? Whenever he presses it? It's way too much with just an AC.
Yeah, for sure. I think their plan is mostly going to be around killing the SF and the tanking. That's what they need to do. But yeah, now Pure has a pike, so he's like, screw you, Kadomi, I can save myself. I don't need to rely on you.
The way to go, honestly, in this one, especially when you have something like a DK stun to start off. Sometimes you can't rely on the team for that stuff.
That's a nice kill. He does have a buyback on Kadomi.
It is. So. That was a really nice Gleipnir, and yeah, Phoenix knew it immediately. Had to press the egg because if not, could have just gotten bursted down. Does mean that a big timing right there in the Phoenix egg is down, and AVULUS probably have to back.
Yeah, very patient there, knowing that the tanking hasn't committed on his jump, so AVULUS decided to chase there. That would have been a disaster for them. So they get the task. This is gonna give them the opportunity to continue to look at the vision, get some nice wards out on their own, and set up for this road fight ultimately.
Roach fight's gonna be big. Will be up in 17 seconds. I feel like that was not a long spawn.
No, for sure it wasn't. And now I wonder if, because I feel like the right thing to do for BetBoom is to just go in and hit the Roach, right? You know that there's no aim. That's a big deal.
And Roach will 100% spawn top at this point. I mean, even if it's only here for 5 seconds. Oh wait, they don't believe, or they're going down to kill and then they'll come back to leave again.
They have a ward on Stibbe, so that's why. But I'm not sure if they get him here.
He's gonna be under the tower, and TP's all available for everybody else on AVULUS right now. But Zibe, I think he's going to stray too far and could go down here.
Yeah, he has to be careful showing on this bottom wave. Of course, he doesn't have any information where BetBoom is fighting currently.
Yeah. Okay, that was maybe all he needs. Yeah.
Is under attack.
He's not even going for the hammer.
Shows himself for just a second. Does have the Aghanim something there?
That's something that can make the whole difference, right? So we're talking about the Wukongs, we're talking about the Shadow Fiend just manning up in the fights. It could be what tips it over to the edge in favor of Smiling once he does commit.
Pure just TP'd away from the Roshan pit. And AVULUS are all around.
Yeah. They are. And they do have an AC and the Storm Shard. This might die really fast.
This? Island Knight. The first hit dash on the slow hit. No. So sad.
I mean, they don't have info on the SMTT, but they know that they have a bunch of damage. They have really good vision.
They see the tanking and they feel like that's enough. Like, they don't have anything else. And this is just going to be Roshan for them. Another move. This is deja vu. One team is smoking behind the Roshan pit. The other team is in it. This time, though, it's second Roshan. This feels like it's slightly favored for AVULUS now because they also get themselves the Roshan banner as some sort of high ground answer.
That is quite a blunder for BetBoom, not gonna lie. I wonder if there's a miscommunication about the Roshan timer. They got new +5 player, no? I don't know if that's it, but it happens. I'm definitely guilty of it, but you don't want to give up that Roche like this just for free.
I think it's more because like we saw the first move and it felt like they were keen on Roche and they did have this like aggressiveness to get into it. This feels like the exact opposite. I mean, what?
Yeah, they were. I mean, the Roche was up right when they went for the portal play.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't work out. Fine. But they don't even check it, and then Pure TPs to the Wisdom Rune. It's like the focus on the Roshan definitely wasn't there.
Yeah, no. And now, I mean, they see everything here. Don Alt putting in work, and they see
they caught him.
They immediately drop him on the ground, but where team? This is just he himself right now, gonna TP away. Really heads up play from Seneko. I think he dropped the banner in order to break him from the trees, but that banner down and they didn't get the kill. Is BKB worth that?
That's funny. I don't think I've seen that before. I wonder if you drop the egg immediately, can he get out?
Oh, that's a good point.
I guess it depends on how much damage you have, right?
Yeah, because then you'd also have to like get up on the high ground and drop it so that he couldn't jump up to you right away, and then also like he has to back out towards your tower.
Yeah, and then he's gonna get the BKB out right after, if not before the egg.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna need pretty much everybody hitting him at that point.
Regardless, really nice play to kind of spook him there, get him out of your side of the map, and another BKB charge down. That was his 9-second BKB on the Monkey King, which I actually, now that I say that, feels worth it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Oh, epicenter.
They're still coming. Oh, they could find the line here. And a
Oh,
lot of
bye-bye,
danger is Eki, and yeah, he's gone. He does not have anything for another 45 seconds. This will push another, basically, minute off the clock from this Aegis, and sitting only like 40% left from it at that point.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, and I mean, that's an epicenter, so that's a window potentially for AVULUS that they can abuse, but
Yeah.
BetBoom wisely choosing to back off here. You know, they're gonna sell. They're currently building a gold lead, you know, against the power play of AVULUS.
Yeah, which is hard to do, especially knowing like what team fight is here. There is still tower pressure in the DK as well, but it feels like we're just not making enough moves and not really respecting this Monkey King Shadow Fiend duo core, because I think these guys can pump late game. I don't think you have some sort of like magic win on AVULUS here when we get to the game for 40 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of scaling as well, like I questioned Stormstormer yesterday for not going for the killer build on Storm, like not going for the Parasma, or he's doing the Shiva Hex once more. So I guess it makes sense, right? Still, you have all these team fights, you have the Phoenix, Dawnbreaker, and the Cleave from Dragonite. It could make sense, but this is gonna reduce his damage so much, and I don't think you can rely on the Dawnbreaker to put out damage in the mid to late game in this game.
I feel like if he's doing this, I'd rather just him go for the axe to keep people in the Dawn, to keep people in the egg.
Oh, it doesn't have enough mana.
No, it doesn't have it. So I don't know. I am definitely a little bit perplexed, but it's gonna take him like essentially scaling with this build. Like he's gotta get this Veil, Shivas, he's gotta get this Agonist after. Like he's gotta get all these things to truly complete what they're trying to do with all this team fight into BB.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they have watched the replays from yesterday, right? They don't think the build was the problem. So
Yeah.
we're gonna see if
fair.
it works out this game, but I feel like you're asking for so much, like, to make it pay off. You need such a
Ooh, jump in here, finds the Dawnbreaker ult on the Sand King as well. That's a hero they're absolutely willing to just nuke down, but does mean that Pure and Monkey both feel pretty strong at the moment. Eki, this goes down immediately. The egg is down as the BKB and all these hits, as you said, it's a lot to commit. Do they feel comfortable using the BKB on the SF already?
Buyback from Eki
for Eki. They stunned up the SF. He gets a little bit of a heal from those Lotus Charges. Again, the Snowball. It's just in time. He gets onto the high ground, trying to channel the ulti for the BKB there from Stormstormer, and they'll have the damage. Zibe will fall, but trading away for the SF again. Right now, it feels like an even fight all around, but you still have the Storm Spirit alive after the Aegis.
Yeah. I mean, they killed the Sand King so fast. I was really surprised. They weren't able to get the save out on Nero this time. And after this, you see, they used the Wukongs just to kill Eki. Unfortunately, the egg is, you know, it's super aggressive, but in the end, what it does is it costs Pure his entire BKB duration, allowing Eki to come back to the fight, and then...
He used the Feast of Souls.
Oh, he did?
I mean,
Baller.
dude, he would have killed Zive so fast there if he didn't press it. He was just barely away from killing the egg, so maybe it did make the difference. I mean, Feast of Souls, bonus 40 attack speed. It was the cost of 5 souls, and on top of that, he lost the extra souls from dying. Now, thankfully, he's gonna get them all back, but Karayomi, he's getting gone on, but he is kind of yuking Storm Spirit here.
Nice one. Still no stun available for Storm. But yeah, like you said about the SF versus Phoenix matchup, it's like he can kill egg, but he doesn't do it fast. So after he's done killing the egg, his BKB is gonna be at like 1-2 seconds tops, and then you're playing against all these stuns and a Storm sipping on you, DK slamming you with all. It's doesn't feel great.
No. I mean, in last fight, it did feel like it was acceptable. They did kill the Storm Spirit. If he didn't have Aegis, that would have been like an amazing fight for you.
Yeah.
I wonder without the Aegis, somehow though they have to manage to kill the Storm in the width of the Phoenix Egg, and then also the Phoenix Egg. I don't know if Stormstormer's going to allow them to do that choice, because he's not going to play as if he has an Aegis anymore, and he does have the Shivas complete for even more physical protection.
For sure. And I mean, we have to remember also, last fight, Miro didn't cast anything.
Oh, this is the nuke they want with the shard. Look at how fast he goes. This SF,
Holy shit.
he just dropped.
I don't know, this Storm Shard, man. So nasty.
Dude, Storm Shard is baller, and right now, I mean, we wanted a killer build, and somehow with the Dawnbreaker, Storm is still killing, albeit, you know, it's close.
They're thinking about it. Look at this. Miro is pump faking. They're playing on top of a ward, so...
They do. They really want to play this high ground. They still have an egg. You have to kill the Phoenix. That's your only big ult left.
Yeah, so I mean, you got everything on AVULUS except for the Donald, but...
Wukon's down. Sineko's going to think about the
egg. On Smiling Knight.
Has to stay. Maybe the Sunray is not enough. They'll kill down the Dragon Knight, but now the egg kind of unanswered at the moment. They'll be able to take down a support, but still, the Wukon's lives. And Monkey King, he still has tons of damage. He'll take down Stormstormer as well. Go right over, bouncing on top of the bird. Miero and Kiyotaka, I mean, they're just eliminating everybody on the AVULUS as they need to without the SF in their hand as well.
Yeah, I mean, Smiling Knight eventually gets his PKB off, but it's not enough. Just he took so much damage before it, right? And then Stormstormer used all of his mana just to finish off the supports, and after that, it's too hard for AVULUS.
Yeah.
I mean, even if he gets his PKB off here, I'm not sure he survives on Stormstormer. It would be close. And I guess not having the high ground control there on the left side where the ward was sitting, it's yeah, it's too hard to push if you don't have it, I feel like.
Miro started to pump the damage. Another kill here on Eki. They're going to pick it up. And yeah, it felt like there's actually a lot of damage from the Sand King now just coming out of nowhere. We haven't really gotten to see it in these fights yet, but that was about 1,800 magic damage, all from the Sand King onto the Dragon Knight. That's, you know, about half his full. So maybe need to think about a little bit more of like, how do we get this guy the magic protection he needs? Is somebody building a pipe? Are we going to just glimmer him and hope? Like, what's the plan?
Yeah, probably no pipe. I mean, Snake has a glimmer, that's something. It's not the easiest thing to cast though for the Phoenix. Last time they had the Sunray to work with, but they didn't have the Solar Guardian. I wonder if that's a different story if they have the Solar Guardian.
Ah, true. I mean, it might just be, I don't know. This is kind of a weird game if you're only allowed to take fight when you have the Solar Guardian, especially because you feel like you're gonna win a fight with the Solar Guardian. They killed the SF. It was a 4v5. You really need Solar Guardian even in a 4v5. End all be all. It's a hard place to be for this Dawnbreaker. Yeah,
it is. I mean, for AVULUS, I think letting the Sand King cast his MP freely and everyone else just, you know, sitting behind it. You kind of want to be the guys initiating. And now this time, you know, BetBoom, they learned their lesson. They're gonna get to Roshan on this, and that's a big problem for AVULUS.
Aghanim Scepter available on it as well.
Who gets it actually?
I wonder if they give it to Kiyotaka and just allow him to... Yeah, okay.
Look at his net worth now. Holy shit.
Yeah, it counts. That's another... You know, I think it's the 6,000 that they essentially equated to the sucked up eggs from shop, which is a 1,800 recipe boot. So
that's he's almost 25 as well on Kiyotaka, and it's been a pretty quiet game for him. But sitting at top network now, he's starting to be really scary, especially with his Scotty MQB almost finished.
He feels invincible in the Wukon's command. Add another layer of the rain to it. He's going to be really hard to kill. Almost eclipsing the team fight that we have from an egg and a Dawnbreaker ult.
Yeah, still anybody's game though. I think the Radiant's team fight is super strong. Like Phoenix got to 18. It's kind of go down to execution eventually.
Who can they execute? Oh, who are they trying to execute? Who'd they find? It was the touch, but no, they reverse executed the Storm Spirit. They almost got him. They do. Even in the egg and the Dawnbreaker, there's so much damage from Sineko here. Even in the midst of the Wukong's, Kiyotaka is falling, but he's got the Jingu stacks up. He'll heal off of anybody here, and you trade away a Tusk for a Storm. That's definitely not worth it. They'll find more.
Hey, Kiyotaka dropping the Aegis, but that's the end of it. Okay.
Sitting on top, like, yes, you can kill me for our team.
He knew. There was no getting out of this one.
Yeah, man, another game, even with the Sunray and the Donald, like, they were both right on top of Stormstormer, and he still died there.
Yeah, that's not your DK. This is the Storm. And even with the Shiva, you can see that messing up your sip like this, not pressing BKB as well, it's just rough. When you lose the Storm like this, you didn't really get to spend any of his mana for anything offensive. And now you don't have your cooldowns as well. It's the same story as before, right? BetBoom knows that there's no cooldowns. They don't need to worry about anything for at least another minute.
I almost feel like I want to see like a Witchblade on Storm. Like, something that's going to give him armor. And also like a killer item, but is it too late for a Witchblade? Is that just a band-aid on a really big problem?
I mean, I'm not. I feel like you have to remake your build. The Shiva is not. it's not impactful on this hero, right? Like I think it's the wrong mindset to have. You wanna kill shit in your BKB, and then you regen up, you go back into the fight later on. This is how you wanna play. You wanna be like you wanna consider yourself like a Ricky or a PA. You're going in, killing a guy, and then you're kiting. You're going back in once the spells are used. Yeah, I think the style can work, but not when your offlaner is the Dawnbreaker.
Yeah.
Like if you had another super scaling core in the offlane, like a Stanking or a Bristleback, I could see it more so. But even so, I'm not sure. I feel like it's the wrong method to play Storm. Obviously he can win with this build. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like
he has.
We've seen it twice now, and it doesn't look amazing compared to the other one.
It's something about us because when we cast this, it does not look good. But then they did beat GG with this build. So you and I are the problem, I think. This might be a we thing.
I think so. It's me, not you.
Well, let's see if we are still creating problems here. Stormstormer unfortunately whiffs a bit on the Shivas. Just trying to get some vision there, see if anybody's around.
Yeah, but BetBoom is coming.
Uh-oh, no, there are people around, and once again, I think that was just a single raise. Proccing the attack there with level 25 on the SF Impure. Does so much damage. Now gonna get punched up on Zebe. This is looking like the beginning of the end, as now they have the Wukons down on Smiling Knight. They barely missed on some of the damage, and they had to buy back in the Dawnbreaker.
Yeah, this is so rough. Like even if the Storm dies, they have no cooldowns now, and we know that Pure, he's not gonna slow down. When he knows that Egg is down, the Solar Guardian is down, he's ready to go. It's been like this the whole game, so with the Storm being dead on top, I don't think they're gonna stop.
They have 5 heroes that scale into pretty good amounts of damage versus this Dawnbreaker and Phoenix. It feels like that might be the formula on dealing with this sort of like save heal lineup that they endured right now on AVULUS. And there it is, Phoenix, no egg, just gonna fall. Does have buyback. The 18 is exposed. Pure is doing so much damage. The rest of his team getting in on it as well. They've got it somehow all in this SF with the snowball save, getting him right on top of the Dragon Knight. He's gone as buyback. Tries to get in for another Phoenix. Still no egg. And you know Smiling Knight can't do it all by himself. That's GG game 1. BetBoom set themselves up with just one more game. They will clinch themselves. We will hit you with overwhelming heal. And the only difference now is that instead of it being a Storm Spirit that's making these initiations, it's the Primal Beast. So much harder to burst him down. Is Timber enough?
The one thing they've got going for them this time compared to the last one is they have a lot of anti-BKB lockdown, which is gonna not only pull people into the egg, but also protecting the egg. So that is one upside I can see. But if BetBoom is in a position where they can start the fights and just initiate, they're gonna pop so hard. And I think if you're AVULUS, you cannot afford to just play a slow game in terms of the fighting. You need to be the ones instigating and always going for lasso, starting every fight with blink lasso pretty much, and then not letting BetBoom, because this is a game without saves completely. So any initiate is gonna be a kill provided the team is ready. This is kind of the game we're in right now. So I think a lot of it is gonna come down to vision and the team fight initiation.
Vision really important. I'd say either side has somewhat of a buff in that one. Hoodwink to kind of toss out some trees, Enchantress to scout with a creep, but on the other side for AVULUS, you're looking at like a Bat Rider who's just flying all over the place.
Yeah, Phoenix Egg giving a lot of vision as well, and obviously the night to daytime change that we always forget.
Yeah, true. I have yet to see it, man. I'm telling you, if this vision is so good, throw in a Night Stalker Dawn lane, you'll have it much more often.
Yeah, you will. I'm excited to see the smoke. 20, 15 seconds before it turns daytime. I really want to see that. I feel like it could be so epic.
Yeah, we're not really playing around the timing like too much just yet. People are kind of just taking it as like, oh, well, that's really nice. We see them now. And, like, that's kind of it. We haven't actually gotten like strategies around it.
Yeah, right. And if you think about it like that, it's kind of like an underwhelming facet. I mean, innate.
Yeah.
You don't use it for anything, right?
Yeah, no, not really.
Oh,
Just a bonus.
yeah, just a bonus.
My sprites are with us.
Let's see. Right now, yeah. Katayomi, forced to go for this heal first, knows that if he does anything else, we'll just get burned down by the Batrider. But still, he's kind of looking to separate this Dawnbreaker and DK, just making so they just farm against each other. But I think Pure will own that. We saw last game,
Sure.
this DK does not have a problem with CSing.
Oh, and any slow lane like this when there's not a lot of kill potential on you, the DK will just do. He will be so happy, right? And I think it's like usually when we see Ench, we talk about him having an offensive partner, right? Like an alchemist or something like this, right? Somebody that has 2 spells. But the upside of having the DK Ench together is that you can always leave the DK. He loves the solo XP. He can't really get pushed out of lane, and this is gonna help Katayomi either go for the rune play or go for the gate play, and potentially mess up smaller amount this game.
As we said, really good for rotating on those Radiant heroes to go up through the outpost. So if Katayomi is allowed to go up into this like ridden forest that's behind the Alchemist, it'll be really good for their game.
Yeah, and if that happens as well, then Nero is not gonna be slowed down whatsoever, right?
Yeah.
They wanna,
This is what they want to do, but this is already very close to the tower, and the heal in from this Enchantress. Is there enough damage? There is. Eki drawing the first blood. That's why you ban this hero. Don't let him have it.
I was gonna say, easy for Eki, man. Every time he gets the Batrider, I don't know. I feel like not everybody uses this hero right now, but he's showing us why it's so good.
Yep. One way or another, this is going to be the last time that he plays Batrider this tournament, I think.
That is true.
So far, again, we see the vision for what AVULUS wants to do, but at the crux of it, it is this Timber Saw that is going to try to ruin everything for them. Thankfully, you know, Seneco's been doing a good job of keeping him at bay and allowing Smiley Knight to still get this farm. And as we talk about heroes that can get pushed out of lane and aren't too unhappy, Alchemist is one of those heroes.
Oh, they wanted to go for the kill there, but Smiley Knight's not ready to connect.
Yep.
That's actually really close. That he gets just gets straight up solo kill.
Would have been really nice. I mean, so far, only 1 kill in the game. Again, feels not necessarily passive, but people are playing very safe. You know, whenever they make these trades, they're making sure they get out with like 20% HP. Don't want to have a magic turnaround. Man, even in the mid lane.
Oh, he's got another Blood
Oh, Pure. Oh, could be enough. Again, so much burn damage from these two. And Pure goes down again.
He has quite a big wave here. They might consider going for Katayomi as well.
They do. I think Eki wants to die here, and Zibe wants to get a kill here, but Eki really giving it his all for this one. A big burst on the wand, and they'll get the kill. Eki, does he go down to the neutral creeps? No.
Damn. That is perfect for Eki.
I know.
He gets
I guess
the
he does
other...
have to walk back, but
still, it's nice. Zibe has the wave pushed into the tower already, so... Yes, he said so much damage with this... Blood Grenade. You know, it's the Blood Grenade damage gets amped up based on the napalm. He's already level 3.
yeah.
So, yeah. Pulling the Blood Grenades to Eki, definitely the right thing here. We see why.
This is the reverse. You know, we used to have the mid laners who are asking for all these tangos, you know, drop me a ward. Now Eki's like, yo, Stormstormer, drop me a Blood Grenade. I want to go kill him again.
It is like that. I haven't tested it in a while, but there's actually... I guess you can say it's a bug that if you have 2 Blood Grenades in your inventory, it doesn't amplify the damage with the napalm.
Oh.
So you need to have specifically 1 Blood Grenade in inventory.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it's just Dota.
And this is a strange, speaking of just Dota, this is a strange-ish build for the Batrider. We're so used to seeing like more points in the Firefly and kind of maxing that one, not letting people utilize the stick charges for it, but he's burning people down specifically with the napalm charges.
Yeah. And he also went for the Stokes facet, right? So that's just even more damage. The downside is you can't go for the towers, right? But the attack and
gotta stop him from getting healed up. And dude, the Centaur is playing for Radiant here. Gotta be careful, guys. You bring in 3 heroes next to the Centaur, he's gonna clap you ass. And that's exactly what happened.
He didn't go for it.
Oh, he didn't do it. He didn't expect that there was going to be a fairy fire. He denies himself to the neutral creep, yes, but he could have gotten a kill on the Earth Spirit for sure, and instead just has to watch.
Yeah, not expecting the Hoodwink to show up here, and I mean, Kiyotaka is so tanky. He gets the perfect bushwhack on save, and then... Soneko could have had him if he just went for the Fire Spirit.
Mm-hmm. He didn't think that he needed it, so he just threw it around somewhere else.
Dire are scanning.
Who's Zibe?
Eki rotated towards mid lane, but this leaves Zibe stranded.
Radiant's middle tower is under
The invis.
Oh no,
I don't think we're gonna get him in time.
No.
Oh yeah.
That's rough. These mid rotations are very costly, you know, considering the fact that you're playing Timber versus Alk on top, and then the Dawnbreaker, he's just playing 1 versus 2, right? So
Yeah.
whenever you make these
He had
mid
a really good
rotations,
start too, and now you're
yeah,
just giving him away.
I mean, you make these mid rotations and it doesn't pay off. It's honestly so costly, and it's kind of similar to what happened in game 1, right? Where they over rotated to their own offlane. It's I mean, they kind of need to get this wisdom, I feel like, and then maybe look at the stacks.
Are scanning.
I like this move, making sure that the Dawnbreaker gets hers as well. She gets it. She's not gonna be level 6 after that. They do see Save. Save has to have a beautiful bushwhack here. I don't think he's gonna get it here. Does get the neutral deny. So they get both of the wisdom runes, but yeah, they didn't get the kill on Save.
Soneko also got a neutral deny. He was getting attacked by Kiyotaka on the Earth Spirit.
I think the neutrals at this point might have more kills than the heroes in this game.
Right? I mean, they get the double wisdom on AVULUS, which is super nice.
Yeah, and nobody got any benefit from the kills, so double wisdom is everything.
Yeah, huge win actually, if you consider that as well. The bushwhack can actually be really tricky to hit against the primal beast, because he's just constantly trampling those trees. But Save gets it done. Doesn't yield him the wisdom, but that's just something to keep in mind for the rest of the game.
Yep. Does mean that there should be some early ults coming out from these supports. Dawnbreaker does have hers as well. So team fighting should be online a little bit earlier. But because we stopped like this oppression in the bottom lane, Eki is now starting to fall behind a little bit. It's going to be up to him and Stormstormer to get something done and get his levels back.
Yeah. I mean, they're going for another smoke. They really want to play Dota super early, and this is... anything that works is good.
Yeah, if it works, let's find out. This is a move under a tier 1 tower. Very easy to get some help in for this DK, but he's dead before anyone arrives, and they tip him, and they...
that's the BM pause. Never mind.
Oh, no! No!
That's one of those moments where you're like, you good, Earth Spirit?
Oh, no. You should have said something. You just should have said something. I don't know. If FPS lag something. Oh, God. You never know who you awaken with a straight BM pause.
Yeah. Kiyotaka is fairly known for his temperament, at least in the pubs.
We'll see here. I mean, so far, with that move looking really strong right now for AVULUS, just farming away on this Alchemist, despite being paired up with the Timber Saw, it hasn't mattered. He's getting all the gold that he wants and went for the phase boot. I think for the first time in a long time, went for the phase boots. In a game now that I'd almost argue that maybe treads were the right idea. The extra HP actually feels really good in this game, but oh boy.
Oh, big fight.
In the triangle, Kiyotaka magnetized down. Stun misses from Zibe. Coming in on the bird as well. They have the spirits that connect, but yeah, the Centaur Stomp, it's more than enough. He doesn't have his ulti yet on the Phoenix, so he'll fall. Very good fight right now for BetBoom.
Yep, super nice move by them. Getting used to the magnetize here. So we're gonna see. Unfortunately, the Donald barely misses, and that's enough for Kiyotaka to survive. So Neko shows up, but it's just too little too late. He shows up, gets a spirit out, but gets stunned, and yeah. Nicely done by BetBoom.
Absolutely, yeah. Really nice job for them. And so what turned out to be like a pretty good laning stage for AVULUS, actually with that one, kind of makes it even all in all. We don't have near as much gold on the Alchemist for it to say there was like a true win. And well, at least they see the whole map.
That is true. They see the Timber walking to base, but... oh. Someone wants to go?
It does, I guess. With their information, they wanted to make something happen, but the stun... it's pretty easy, and it works.
Yeah. Oh, that's so annoying. He just took the creep in front of him. Smile Knight's potentially in trouble. He does have the face boost. The upside of having this...
Ironwood branch speed.
Yeah. The upside of the face boost against a Timber and an Earth Spirit, I guess, is that you can just sidestep a lot of the spells easier. But yeah.
They're going to try to make something happen here. They really want to take down this Alchemist. He's been farming up here for too long.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, magnetized up again, so it's time to go. And, you know, Alchemist has been doing pretty well in this game. And I think a lot of that comes down to the fact that Miro has been alone up here, right? It's... I don't think they have the damage just the two of these.
Oh,
Hoodwink stick,
I don't
never
know.
mind.
Yeah, Hoodwink has the ulti here. Doesn't have the ulti from the Alch, though. He will go down. Who can they take out in response, though? Save. Could fall to Eki. He will do it. And now, well, Kiyotaki actually just maybe takes some of these creeps.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard for AVULUS. They have... Oh, Eki's still not safe.
He reapplies and gets it to Suneko. Kiyotaki, he's kind of just poking with this one. As long as Eki doesn't reapply, I think he'll be fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Radiant structures.
I mean, the problem right now for AVULUS is, like, this move is not easy to read for Smile Knight. Just simply based on the fact that there's no map pressure going on for AVULUS. Like, there's... While they're making these moves, there's no tier 1s being pressured, no waves are really being pushed in, and I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that they've just been smoking so much, right? Their heroes are not...
Oh, Dawnbreaker coming on in to get the kill on Kiyotaka. Astonished that they get this kill here. Yo, Miro. That was looking like a really juicy whirling death.
Yeah. I mean, that's a nice kill for them, for sure. Getting to use the Dawn ulti in a more proper manner this time. But it kind of feels like whenever AVULUS makes a move in this game, it doesn't transition, right? It's still just back to the same status quo, and you can see Stibbe is falling behind a bit on his Dawnbreaker right now. Oh, that's not help though.
Again, going for the Orchid, man. This is a household build, huh?
I guess so. That is the solution against the Earth Spirit and the Timber, at least for now.
I said BKB is really important, so yeah, no, making that Orchid another reason that they have to build one. And the Earth Spirit usually doesn't get BKB like right away.
Yeah.
Definitely wants to go for like the Blade Mail.
Yeah, it should be the Blade Mail and then into BKB afterwards, but that's gonna be a couple of minutes.
Uh,
Could be in trouble.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You might take this one.
There we
to
go.
inflict a
Pretty easy kill there on the Dawnbreaker, even with all the gold that she's got. Still pretty susceptible. Oh, Storm.
Oh, it
I
didn't
think
get...
he wanted to get onto the low ground.
Yes. Pure is coming.
Yeah, does have a shield rune. Do they have the enchantment anywhere to dispel it? No, they don't need to. They just run right on through it. Tries to get the pulverize to keep them in the egg. Kiyotaka will hit it once and then run away. What a baller. Oh no, never mind. He does not run away. He doesn't need to though.
Wait, Eki. Didn't get the number. Does he have a Radiance on Smiley Knight?
He does.
He does, but is it enough though?
Yeah.
Wait,
Just
he's
gets
rolling
kicked down. In
instant?
fact, they want to kill. They weren't kicking him down so they could get away. They want to bring him closer to the
Going
rest of the
again.
team here. Going another time, and now with the Dawnbreaker ulti, it might be enough, but they're bringing in Miero's.
Oh, he missed the whirling.
Oh, he doesn't have the ulti. He's still low on Miero, but it might not matter. They've already gotten away with 2 kills. They're just continuing at like 10% HP on all these heroes. Just want to fight and fight and fight.
Oh, see, they go on Storm. It's completely separated, but it's like so responsive, right? They're not at all ready to take this fight. They try with the egg, but it doesn't mean much, right? And then Smiley Knight comes in here in a moment after Eki. He's like trying to bait, but this is even before the TP has started to channel, so it's just one by one.
Man, and you don't have your ulti either.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you're allowed to do that.
Yeah, and this started with Stibbe dying first, alone, and then yeah, we're gonna see here.
And that was that needed to be a little bit further to the right, I think, on the Dawn ulti.
It's just everything is not layered properly, right? Like
Yeah.
Stibbe dies, and then they catch Stormer, and then they use the eggs to try to save him when he's alone. Eki baits, but he's waiting for Smiley Knight, and then Smiley Knight is in trouble. Stibbe respawns, throws the ulti, and then they're just... Imagine if they're all together when this happens.
Well, now they're in a really weird position. They are losing in the net worth battle as they have an Alchemist on their team. They're trying to get a kill here on the Earth Spirit, but now he's turning around with the Magnetize. They just murk this Earth Spirit, and
this hammer.
Stormstormer, and yeah, the hammer does not hit. Now Snake will die. They're just gathering all the kills they need. They'll find another one here on Zibe. Kiyotaka with a sidestep, then rolling in. He is owning on this Earth Spirit.
Man, everything that could go wrong is like going wrong right now. He gets the cancel on the prime ulti there as well with the pushback. Super nicely done. The hammer misses, and just they're not playing together now. Look at where Reki is. They need to play more tight, right? They just have to make sure that they combine their heroes so that they can combine their spells. If they do that, they're gonna have a chance. But yeah, they need to get some discipline going. Just make sure you get a proper move going, because right now it's not. Everything is so messy.
You need to bring the 3-4-5. I don't think you can keep doing these like two-man moves. Like, or I guess in this case it's 2-4-5. You want to go around with Stormstormer, has supports around him, but so far it's only been one support, and not having a heal behind him, he just evaporates to Miero. As we said, this is a hard game to still have a Timbersaw in it, and right now it's way too good for Miero. He's got this Kaya already. It looks like he's going in for even more damage on top of it, or sorry, just more tank on top of it with the Aghanim Scepter. There's no Dispel. I mean, that's going to be up to the Phoenix to maybe get a Yules.
Yeah, I mean, he's almost level 13. This has been a perfect game for him. He's been completely uncontested, you know, playing alone in top lane, getting so much XP and gold for himself. And as you said, the solutions for Timber is it's not going to get better.
Nope. Not at all. And Smiling, I mean, he'll try to keep getting some gold on him, trying to get healthy. BKB, very important in this game. Timbersaw does no damage through a BKB. The only one is technically his flamethrower, but even that is mitigated through BKB. How long until we get those? It's gonna be a while.
It's gonna be a while indeed. And right now, Stormstormer, we praised him for how he recovered the other day against the Monkey King on the Primal, but this game it's been the opposite. He's sitting at bottom network for now for all the 6 cores.
Yeah, no, he's got a lot to come back from on the other side. We got some farmed as hell. I mean, damn near core level for the Dire at this point. So if they keep getting the gold like this, I mean, Hoodwink turns into a good amount of damage. And even though you have this, you know, Primal Beast and Alchemist, I haven't felt their presence. Like, they just haven't gotten the net worth, haven't gotten the levels. They feel still pretty weak.
They do indeed. And as you mentioned, Hoodwink, he already having the Atos. That's just what set up the kill on Stormstormer just earlier. It's so rough. Typically, you don't love playing Hoodwink into the Primal for what I mentioned earlier, you know, trampling all the trees and stuff. But when the game is looking at this, I'm sure you don't mind. You just Atos him and then there's no trampling.
Yep. Money solves a lot of issues. That's just it.
It does indeed.
But they are trying to go on this Timber. Again, crazy, by the way, to try to go on the Timber. But also next to his tier 1, so. Now that they have the vision, they're going to be the ones to try to make a move here, just collapsing on everybody here from AVULUS in the trees. They find the Dawnbreaker. There will be no Solar Guardian for this fight, and everybody else has to evacuate.
Yeah, and it's like, there's just no saves. There's no turnaround potential. You need to be ready when the fight starts, and if you're not, then it's just going to turn into a chain feed.
I might have gotten away for a second here, but
oh, they got a lasso on top.
But yeah, with the lasso, maybe it's enough. They jump in front of the roll. They'll get Kiyotaka here with the egg, but still there's a Timber on the outlook, and you don't have any answer for him now.
God damn. Save potentially in trouble. Oh, it's not. Actually,
I think
Stormstormer is in trouble.
I think so. Oh my god, that Whirling Death. There is so much damage. He's trying to charge away as far as he can, but Miero, a real lone Timber chain, gets himself basically right on top anyways. Zibe trying to get something done here, but
he's got a big Lotus still
from Pure. And another Whirling Death with all the trees. Miero is unstoppable in this game. You got to get an answer for the Timber somehow.
Yeah, for sure. And I want to praise BetBoom again for what they do when they see the cooldowns get used. You know, they had a nice kill on the Earth Spirit in the mid lane earlier, but that just signals to Miero, I'm unstoppable now for like another minute. There's no lasso, there's no egg. I can do whatever I want. This tier 2 doesn't bother me.
Not at all. he's just going to keep on climbing. Every item that he gets feels unanswered, and as he keeps mounting all of them, I don't know if the items exist in this game to counter him versus these heroes.
Oh, not sure if this is where you want to be, Storm somewhere.
Oh no. He might be able to think about it. No, he will.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He's almost getting surpassed by the Hoodwink. I think, in fact, I think he might be after this tier 2.
I think so. A lot of issues right now for this AVULUS team. With elimination on the line, BetBoom, they're stepping up. They got game 1 to at least make it so they're in the running, and now with this one, they could seal the deal.
Oh, they're gonna get the Tormentor steal and the Wisdom as well.
And making sure that nobody is around for the Wisdom. Who wins the click battle? Eki narrowly giving his team some XP to work with here. They definitely needed it. He will still die. At this point, it might be acceptable, though.
That's so rough. By the way, I love this build on Pure that he's doing. Going for the Mask of Madness after the Armlet. We've been talking about the Orchid a lot, but if you want attack speed on his strength first, why not Mask of Madness, right?
He's got so much in front of him. He doesn't have to be like super thick in these fights.
Yeah.
With the Timber and Nurse Spirit in front of you, all you have to do is hit.
And it's such a good farming item as well. Like, it's kind of like your Sven, right? So, makes total sense here. We haven't seen anybody do it really, but when I think about it, it looks so good.
Here comes the crit. Yeah, I really like the crit build on this one. With the splash as well, we've seen some supports kind of get straight hits from it. It's really nice. And with Pure, once we get this Daedalus completed, he's going to be doing some overwhelming damage you don't have an answer for. And Alchemist, despite it being an Alchemist, he's still waiting to get this, even Orchid finish, then the AC. And until an AC comes out, you really don't have the tools to deal with this crit from the DK.
Yeah, and he's not even going for the AC right now. He's also going for a secondary Orchid, which is... yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this, because there's gonna be triple BKB up. I mean, it's already up on Earth Spirit and the DK, and soon to be on Timber as well.
And we need BKBs on the other side so badly. We do have it on the Alchemist at least, but still waiting for it on the Primal, and he arguably needs it more.
Yeah.
Jumping through. Good force that away, but Miro, man, he is so big. And now sitting in the trees fighting this one. They are on top of the Earth Spirit. BKB piercing stun through from the Dawnbreaker. They will take out Kiyotaka. But what else do you have for Miero now? Do you just have to escape? Can you only get one kill in this team fight? It looks like they will.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're just too strong, right? Like, look at this. So Eki wants to go. They're thinking about going on Miero, but Stormstormer is like hesitating. He's not sure. Smile Knight shows up. They get the nice down onto the Air Spirit, but
this is worlds different in this fight. You can see Smiling Knight healthy, thriving with BKB. Primal just can't be in the same way right now.
Yeah, it's no way. He really needs his BKB, but we're gonna get it. It's going yeah, and straight for this Daedalus as well on the BK. He's gonna slap.
It's gonna be so much, and again, like without fights going really well for AVULUS at this point, we're gonna be well behind on when we need this AC from Smiling Knight. And I'm a little bit worried because without this subsequent lockdown on this Timber, especially, like you kind of have to hit him with the lasso and the Sunray before he gets his BKB off. It's still sitting at 9 seconds, by the way. He hasn't even needed it. And Smiling Knight, oh no. My lord, he is just gone.
Gone goner.
Like there was just a go in the hot tub. Hot tub is a very hard place to farm.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the most obvious spot to look for a carry, right? When you're dodging.
Yeah. Especially now, whenever he's just like he's got nowhere to go. Yeah, hot tub might be the only place they don't see on the map, so makes it kind of easy when they have all those wards around.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, another tier 2 to fall here for, or on the other AVULUS side. Map is shrinking and it's shrinking fast.
Very fast, and they are with DK. This is live. This is a real one now. Pure just going to take themselves another tier 2 tower. Miro is cutting on the bot side. Top is the only place you can be, and even then, I mean, BetBoom, a 16,000 net worth lead. They saw this Phoenix and Dawnbreaker lineup once, and they just were not able to replicate any success with it in this game. It feels like BetBoom just had this figured out.
Yeah.
Oh, was that a go on the ult? Oh, no.
He tried. He almost getting solo or like killed by the support without the help of their sprint there. Just tells you state of the game.
Now they're gonna try to keep pushing out these waves, but now the carts are out, which makes it even harder to do. It's Neko. Oh, they do have the Timber Saw before the BKB is out. Pulverize as well, but there's no shard on the Phoenix. Yeah, he doesn't have enough damage, and now look at how much he's healing. It's as if you didn't even touch him. The Neko goes down immediately, and Miero is just, he is the boss in this game. You got to deal with him or else.
I mean, it's not a bad attempt, right? But really, what can you do? Like, if that doesn't work, what will work for you?
Dire's middle tower is under
Yeah, and now you gotta question yourself, like, how do you stop Pure when you don't have the egg? Might actually lose the Aegis here.
Could be the Vessel taking him down pretty far, but yeah, just barely not enough damage.
No last available for Key.
Yeah, I don't know why he can do
Trying to get out on the map, but he's walking straight into the Radiant ward.
He tried. He tried for something, which you definitely need to do, but unfortunately, BetBoom, they're just right on top of them. Have everything that they need. And again, I'm trying to think what is the next item that really helps them out here on AVULUS. I just don't think it exists.
Yeah, I mean, Sleeper is getting his BKB, but even so, he doesn't have any meaningful damage. It's just the Orchid BKB, and then...
Oh, there's no charges on the Vessel right now, too.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That is rough. They're gonna need it, but I don't think BetBoom's gonna... I mean, first of all, you're not gonna die, but even so, they have no reason to stop here. Like, you're already almost at the Satanic finish, and they just stop for nothing. You're gonna need a miracle lasso into like Onslaught with an egg on top stun.
Yeah. I think you chain together these like BKB piercing disables. I suppose maybe there's a world where you like lasso into the Pulverize, into the Dawn ult, but even then, oh, well, it's not gonna be an egg. That's for damn sure.
Used to be a bird there.
I can't believe he did that quick. That was as if he didn't exist.
Yeah. And that's a dieback, mind you, so he's gone for another 60 seconds.
Oh no, oh god, they have Zive. I mean, their vision is just so good. They see everything that AVULUS are trying to do. Anytime one of them tries to escape from the map, they are just directly on top of them. Oh man.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower.
God damn.
Botanic?
Just as Aegis is about to get reclaimed, so gonna wait for that, and then it's go time again, I bet.
Oh Lord, Alchemist. Does he live through any of this? Nope, he just goes down immediately. Does have the buyback, comes back as soon as he can. They need to stop the roll out from Kiyotaka. Yes, they can kill him, but can they get anybody else? It feels like when we get one, we've expended all our resources for the next one. Dawn coming in here, Miero trying to do the damage. BKB no longer available on Smiling Knight, and Miero will eat him for breakfast. Turning now on everybody else. Stormstormer finally has his own BKB, but maybe it is a bit little too late. They have an egg on the high ground, yes, but again, they've lost the Dawnbreaker already. The egg will just drop on the high ground with barely anyone to see it. And Kiyotaka and crew, they are going to run up this high ground, take the rest of the AVULUS base, and I believe it is GG. Game number 2, BetBoom find themselves into Group Stage 2.